Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are fine. In this video, we'll have a beautiful poem written by Leslie Norris, which is titled as A Tiger in the Zoo.
The poet. George Leslie Norris was a prize winning Welsh poet and short story writer. He taught at academic institutions in Britain and the United States, including Brigham Young University. Norris is considered one of the most important Welsh writers of the post war period, and his literary publications have won many prizes. Let's proceed. A short introduction. The poet sets up a contrast between the real and the ideal. He makes an important point about wildlife conservation. The tiger belongs in the forest. There it can hunt as and when required. It hunts not out of envy or out of hatred, as human beings do, but only as a survival strategy. Humans believe that the tiger is dangerous, but in fact, it is humans who are a danger to each other. And the tiger is relatively benign. It kills deer, it is true, but this maintains the healthy distribution of predators and prey in the ecosystem of the forest. In the wild, the tiger can roam freely. This is a sight that has fascinated photographers for centuries, and it is also a sight we lap up when we are watching a wildlife special on television. Yet we do not hesitate to cage up such an independent creature. We do not think it is degrading to pay to watch such a creature in a jail cell, or even worse. Over the theme. A Tiger in a Zoo by Leslie Norris presents several themes such as freedom versus captivity, tamed versus wild, wilderness, and natural beauty. The most important theme of the poem is freedom versus captivity. In this poem, Norris describes how the tiger longs for its freedom. It somehow wants to break its imposed captivity to become the same wild spirit again. Thereafter, the poet talks about how men try to tame the wild. It not only destroys the beauty of the wild, but it also tries to kill one's basic instincts. Moreover, the description of the tiger and its movement in the forest depict the nature of wilderness. The poet also speaks on the theme of natural beauty in this poem. The tiger is a part of nature that stands for the beauty of nature as a whole. It represents the wild side of nature, still it has its beauty. The poet compares the luster of tiger's eyes to that of the stars. Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris presents an image of a tiger stalking inside a cage in the zoo. Habitually, it's not comfortable in such an enveloped environment. It should be wandering in the wild, hunting on deer, drinking from a waterhole, and gnawing around the fringes of forest. But the cage has made him disabled. It somehow thrives to sustain its spirit and struggles to keep it alive. Here, the tiger can only hear the sound of patrolling cars that passes by. Moreover, the brilliant radiance of the stars makes it think about its present captive state. If we talk about the structure of the poem, it consists of 5 stanzas, each having 4 lines in it. In each stanza, only the second and fourth lines rhyme together. The rhyme scheme of the poem is ABCB and it goes on like this. As an example, cage rhymes with the rage in the first stanza.
Let us talk about some literary devices. A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris begins with a synecdoche. By using vivid stripes, the poet refers to the body of the tiger. The poet uses personification for investing the tiger with the qualities of human. There is a metaphor in Velvet Quiet. Here, the poet compares the pads of tigers to velvet. Moreover, in Quiet Rage, there is an oxymoron as well. Apart from that, in the second stanza, the poet uses alliteration. The repetition of brilliant in the last two lines is meant for emphasizing the similarity between the stars and the eyes of the tiger. The poem describes a tiger captivated in the cage of a zoo. It has vivid strips on its body, just like other of its kind. It can only stalk a few steps inside the small cage. Its padded feet reduce the sound while it moves. Moreover, the poet says his rage is quietened in captivity. The cage makes the wild instinct of the tiger mute. The second stanza of A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris speaks on what is suitable for the tiger. At this time, it should be in the forest lurking in shadow and sliding through grass. It should be near the water hole where the plump deer pass. Whatsoever through this section, the poet presents the imagery of the wild. It also depicts the tiger's instincts. In stanza 3, Norris goes on to describe its wild behavior in this section. According to the poet, the tiger should be gnawing around houses at the jungle's edge. Moreover, the poet uses terrifying imagery in this section. The white fangs and claws of the tiger are symbols of power and dominance. It also symbolically represents fierceness and cruelty. These features make the caged tiger a real tiger of the wild. But it is unable to act in such a way that once might have terrorized a village or human habitation. In the fourth stanza of A Tiger in the Zoo, the poet says, men kept the tiger behind the bars of concrete. Here, the bar is a metaphor for captivity. The cage has even logged its strength. That's why it stalks the length of his cage in utter anguish and frustration, and ignored those for whose entertainment it was now in such a pathetic condition. The last stanza of A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris highlights the agony of captivity. Once the sounds of the forest made it feel safe and kept its spirit alive. But now it hears the sound of patrolling cars. It stares at the brilliant stars with its glowing eyes and tries to find solace. The stars remind the tiger of its present situation. The stars shine in the open and free sky, but its star-like brilliant eyes see them from behind the bars. It makes the poet feel sad about its pain. So hopefully I made the things clear to all of you. Thank you for your patient listening. Keep watching.